Okay, so this is going to be my review of JLA, A League of One. Now, this comic was written by Christopher Muller, and I think he did the artwork too. This comic is like, I believe just one graphic novel. I just found it again in that little $5 bargain bin, that little convention across town from me. And, yeah. What did I think of this? Now, I've been meaning to read a lot more Wonder Woman. I've always liked the character of Wonder Woman, but I've never really owned a lot of Wonder Woman-centric comics. I mean, yeah, I own a few things with her in it, but it's mostly Justice League stuff. I've never really owned... Hell, even this comic is a Justice League comic, but it focuses on Wonder Woman. So I've never really owned any... And it's not that I don't like the character, it's just that it's really hard to find good Wonder Woman stuff, you know what I mean? It's really, and especially collected in trade, too, because I always hear polarizing things, and it's also incredibly goddamn hard to find the George Perez run in trade. It's really hard. So, I know, obviously, the George Perez run is one thing you always have to look for, but I always hear polarizing things about everything else. Everything else. So, I saw this and I was like, oh, on the cover, it was Wonder Woman fighting a dragon. And I'd actually seen this comic multiple times over in a few comic book stores, but I was always like, I don't know if I want to waste nearly $20 on this book. $5 I'll be willing to give it a shot. So, after reading it, what did I think of JLA, A League of One? Here's the thing. This comic, I don't know if I like it or hate it, because there's this big moment. The big story. Let me talk about the story. The story is that Wonder Woman gets a prophecy from the Oracle of Delphi, along with these two, where she gets a prophecy that the last dragon on Earth, the last Western dragon on Earth, called Drakkar Karfang, is awakening. And if the League goes to war with her, she will kill them all. She will murder them all in a fight, and she'll burn the Earth to the ground. Now, the interesting what I like about this is that it's not like Darkseid. It's not, you know, the Anti-Monitor. It's a dragon. It is an actual dragon that they actually put. I actually like the mythos to this DC dragon. There's a few rules to this to Drakkar Karfang and the Western dragons of this DC universe. Like, one, the dragons hide their hearts outside of their bodies. They also eat gold that grows into scales, hence why they're so heavily armored. But also, it also makes them evil, because apparently gold is the bane of all evil. And the more dragons consume gold, the more evil they become. And Drakkar Karfang is the most evil, because she's been eating all this gold for centuries. And another thing is that when they fly over, they actually bring out the malice in people. Like, they actually, when a dragon flies over people or is attacking a city, they actually, you know, bring out the malice, because that evil kind of spreads out of their body and into other people's souls. So I really like that. And also the whole thing of, you know, a dragon, you know, you have power over a name. Dragons also have magic to conjure these creatures called Draco Gnomes. It's really, this really interesting stuff. I mean, I personally like my dragons to have, you know, to be like flying, you know, just flying animals. I don't really like them to be able to talk and whatnot, but I'm cool with it when you do it right and have an interesting mythos, but I'm getting off topic here. So, obviously, after this prophecy, Wonder Woman gets this brilliant idea of betraying the entire Justice League, this is the Grant Morrison run, by the way, I forgot to mention. So it's Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Kyle Rayner, Wally West, and Aquaman and Martian Manhunter. So you have the 7. You have the Grant Morrison 7 right there. So Wonder Woman gets the brilliant idea of betraying the League and fighting Drakkar Karfang on her own. And here's the blaring problem I have with this comic. The problem I have with this comic is that she does betray the League. She does betray them, and she actually how she beats Superman, because she actually beats down all the other Justice League members one by one. And when she gets to Superman, she doesn't fight him on, you know, one-on-one. She does something really dirty. She more or less, after she beat the other 5 members, she shot them out into space and said, "Hey, look, they're going to go flying into an asteroid field unless you go get them while I go fight this dragon. Bye." So I was like, "You did them dirty, Diana. You did them dirty." So after everything that happens, here's the blaring problem I have with this comic. The blaring problem I have is that everyone is so quick to forgive her after what she did. Especially to Superman. Superman, she says to him, "Look, would you not have done the same thing?" And he's like, "Yeah, you're probably right. I would have done the same thing. Welcome back to the League." Where you have Batman, on the other hand, who betrays the entire League, and everyone is like, "Oh, we don't trust you, get out." But it's with Wonder Woman, it's like, "Oh, come here, it's all good, we understand." But on the other point, and you could argue, what Batman did was a little more paranoid because he didn't trust the League entirely. What Diana was doing was out of love for her friends, so they could understand. It's the same thing. She backstabbed the entire League and nearly got herself killed, as well as several hundred civilians as well, because if she lost to this dragon, it would have continued on. It would have killed the League regardless if she did not beat it on her own. So what she did was, when you think about it, kinda stupid. Yeah. But having said that, though, god damn it, do I think this is I still think, there's a good story in here. I just find that whole thing of her betraying the League and everyone just being, towards the end of the comic, being like, "Oh, it's okay, we knew what you were doing was right, Diana." I'd have been, especially Batman is the first one to forgive her. Superman's the one that where she has to be like, "Okay, Also, they kind of reference the whole Superman-Wonder Woman relationship, and keep in mind, this is obviously the pre-52, so, yeah. But the stuff with Drakkle Carfang is just completely awesome. I kind of wish she survived and she would be a regular DC villain, because it is completely awesome what she does. She is just the most outrageously evil character she's almost like a female Smaug. That's what she actually, yeah, she's a female Smaug, only she has henchmen and magic at her command. And how she gets in Diana's head about screwing with the prophecy was just something awesome. Yeah. But anyway, I didn't hate this comic, it's just that ending really threw me off. But the artwork, oh my god, the artwork is beautiful in here. The artwork in this comic is completely, absolutely beautiful in this comic book. There are some moments in here where you just want to look at an entire page, like when Wonder Woman, just after being blasted by Carfang's fire, she's standing around all this fire, and her bracelets are white hot, and it is a gorgeous picture. Every single picture in here, it's just completely amazing. The artwork in here is just completely breathtaking. The story in and of itself is not that bad. It's just that ending just really threw me off. I didn't hate this. Not in no way, shape, or form did I hate this. It's just yeah. There's also a really cool thing of Superman bringing a sculpture to the JLA Watchtower, and it's a marble sculpture that was commissioned by the Pope in honor of thanking the League of saving all of Italy from Mount Vesuvius, which I thought was really cool. You never really see a lot of religion stuff in here, but it was really cool to see, oh, the Pope gave him that. Okay, it's this marble statue of this Bible verse, and it has all the names of the 7 League members. And I thought that was just really cool. But then Diana destroys it after Batman calls her a coward. Because that's logical, right? I don't know. Anyway, good comic. I don't know if it works as a great Wonder Woman story, but it does have some good action. Drakkle Carfang I think is an awesome villain. Too bad she dies in this comic. But, because again, I think she would have made a great DC villain if she survived. Anyway, all in all, don't hate this comic, but I don't think I could recommend this to Wonder Woman fans. I mean, it's a great Wonder Woman, it's a good Wonder Woman-centric story, but I think it's just how she's characterized of acting out so irrational. I mean, yeah, she does it for her friends, but there could have been a better way of doing this. There could have been a... I can't help but just think of this entire comic like, yeah, that was good, but you could have done this a lot better. You could have easily done this story a lot... You could have easily gone about defeating the dragon alongside the League without backstabbing him and doing such a thing. Anyway, once again, hope you all enjoyed this, and I will see you guys later.